Dear friends, welcome to the Engineers YouTube channel. In this video, we will first look at some statistics in blackjack, such as what are the odds of our blackjack hand busting, what are the odds of the dealer's hand busting, probable final hand values of the dealers, and likewise. We always hear blackjack players complaining, saying that the dealer's total hand value is always 20. I wonder if these results are due to the dealer's luck or are they based on mathematics of the game. Let's see if your complaints are justified. Dear friends, in a blackjack game with 8 decks and the dealer standing on soft 18s, the probability of the dealer busting, that is, having a total value of his hand greater than 21, is approximately 28%. This means that the dealer will make his hand 72 times and bust 28 times out of 100. Of course, this is an average value. For example, if the dealer's up card is an ace, the probability of busting drops down to 11.5%, but rises to 41.8% if the dealer's up card is a 5, and even up to 42.3% if the dealer's up card is a 6. So the worst up card for the dealer is a 6. But I prefer the dealer's up card to be a 5 rather than a 6. It's purely psychological and it is mathematically incorrect. But when the dealer draws an ace next to his up card of 6 and makes his hand when I expect him to bust, it makes me sick. So for us, a 6 as the dealer's up card is the most favorable situation. An ace is the most unfavorable. Now let's look at this table. For the dealer's other up cards, the probability of busting are as follows. With a 2 up card, 35.35%. With a 3, 37.41%. With a 4, it is 39.55%. Notice that as the dealer's up card gets closer to 6, the probability of busting increases. With a 7 up card, it is 26.20%. With an 8, it's 24.40%. With a 9 is 22.90%. With a 10, jack, queen or a king it is 21.24%. As the dealer's whole card increases from 7 and up, the chances of the dealer busting decreases. As you can see, the most favorable situations for the players are when the dealer's up card is a 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. One of the main reasons for this fact is that when the dealer has these up cards in his hand, he will not be able to make his hand with a single card he will draw. In other words, he will not be able to get to 17 or higher with a single card. He will have to draw more than one card, and this will increase his chances of busting. By the way, I have attached all the tables mentioned in this video to the explanation section. Now, let's look at the dealer's chances of making his hand, that is reaching a total hand value between 17 and 21. I said that the dealer busts 28% of the time, right? Well, if he busts in 28 hands out of 100, what are the final total hand values of the remaining 72 hands? Dear friends, you may not believe this, but please do. Mathematical statistics show that the most likely total the dealer will get in the hands where he doesn't bust is a 20. So don't be surprised if the dealer gets 20 most of the time when he doesn't bust. Yes, in hands where the dealer does not bust, the highest probability for his hand total is 20 with a rate of 17.97%, roughly 18%. 20 is followed by 17 at 14.52%, 18 at 13.93%, 19 at 13.36%, and 21 at 7.28%, while the blackjack probability is 4.75%. Now I am going to inform you, dear friends, about one of the most important tables in blackjack. Have you ever wondered what the average final value of the dealer's hand is? And do you know why this is so important? For example, what are your chances of winning with a soft 18 against the dealer's various up cards? By the way, I wouldn't be surprised if you can't get this information anywhere else. What you really want to know is whether or not you have an advantage with your cards against the dealer's up card. Let me tell you, if you have 17, you are at a disadvantage against all but the dealer's 6 up card. If you have 18, you have an advantage against all the dealer's up cards from 2 to 8 and a disadvantage against cards from 9 to ace. If you have 19, you have an advantage against the dealer's 9 and a disadvantage against his 10 and ace. This means that if you have 18 points, you are only in favor against 7 of the 13 possible up cards the dealer can have. which means that if you were dealt 18 every hand you played, you would leave the table defeated and would be playing with a negative house edge of 0.66% in a typical blackjack game. Therefore, if you are dealt an ace and a 7 or a pair of 9s, you need to try something else. If you are wondering what the dealer's hand total is likely to be with any up card, let's take a look at this table. When the dealer's up card is a 2, probably his average final hand value in the long run will be 17.6. Likewise, it will be 17.4 when the 3 is the up card, 17.3 when the 4 is the up card, 17.2 when the 5 is the up card, 17 when the 6 is the up card. Then it begins to rise, 17.2 on 7 up card, 17.8 on 8 up card, 18.4 on 9 up card, 19.1 when 10, Jack, Queen or King are the up cards. Finally, 19.4 when the up card is an ace. In this research, the average total value of the dealer's hand is 18.1. Please do not forget this figure, 18.1. Now let's go back to our ace-7 soft 18 hand. If we stand with this hand with no additional cards, we are more likely to win against the dealer's up cards from 2 to 8, while we are more likely to lose against 9, 10 and aces. Now that we have seen the dealer's likely final hand values, let's take a look at the player's hands. I thought it would be better to analyze the player's statistics by looking at the player's first 2 cards. First, let's look at the probability of the player's hand busting. If the total value of the player's first 2 cards is 11 or less, the probability of busting with a card dealt to the player is 0. But probability of busting is 31% if the total hand value is 12, 39% for 13, 56% on 14, 87% on 15, 62% on 16, 69% for 17, 77% for 18, 89% for 19, 92% for 20, and 100% on 21, because every card he will get will make him bust. Of course, these hand values are not soft hand values. To summarize, we do not want an extra card if we already have a total of 17 or higher. If the sum of the first 2 cards in our hand is 11 or less, we will be asking for more cards since there is no way we can bust. So what we really question are the hard hand values from 12 to 16. When we are dealt these cards, what we do depends on the dealer's up card. And I will explain this in detail in my basic strategy video soon. Before we finish with the blackjack statistics, let's take a look at the dealer and player winning percentages. In blackjack, depending on the rules of the game and the number of decks used, the dealer wins 48 to 49% of all the hands, 8 to 9% of the games end in a tie, and the player wins only 42 to 43% of all the hands. You may have noticed that the dealer wins almost 6% more of the total hands. With a difference of 6%, how is it possible that the house edge in this game is roughly only minus 0.50%? What makes up for this difference is the fact that the players can double their bets if they are in an advantageous position, they can split their cards if they want to, and they can win 3 to 2 if they get a blackjack. Dear friends, in my next video, I will explain to you how some different rules in blackjack affect the house edge percentages of the game, and we will go through a basic blackjack strategy that I have prepared on the rules used in our near geography, and I will attach it to the explanations of that video. So you can print it out and take it with you to the casinos if you like. I look forward to seeing you all. If you liked the video and would like to be informed about my future videos on casino games, please like and subscribe and mark the notifications as all. Thank you for watching, sir, the engineer.